Wet foot, dry foot is why Cubans didn't fear the word deportation. That's for Haitians. They're black. The Cubans in Miami thought they were untouchable by the storm of immigration policy. They thought the lightning would strike other communities, never theirs. For decades, they walked with an armor of wet foot, dry foot, a shield carved by history. Meanwhile, the Haitians were the one chained, processed, and deported, ruthless with consistency. Their balance created a false immunity for them. When the politicians spoke the word deportation, entire Cuban communities, they shrugged it off. We saw them. Um, we saw they were voting. They had Latino for Trump and all this stuff because the world didn't understand. They had a wet foot, dry foot policy down there. Okay, that mean we don't get deported. We don't catch that L. Y'all talking about them black ones. Y'all talking about them Haitians. That's basically what's the attitude. Okay, and if you ever been down there, they let you know. Whenever you hear that deportation, the black people, the Haitians, they're talking about damn. They don't want to catch that L. They don't want to get deported up in here because we have wet foot, dry foot. So they didn't feel that the world didn't understand what they were seeing. People that knew a little background about the wet foot, dry foot, and that's when a lot of people are newcomers to America, that they were not familiar with this process. But there are people that that are over 40 that either live here, migrated here, born here, so we can say international and domestic, that knew about the wet foot, dry foot. Everybody knew it was unfair. Everybody was like, well, hell, let's use that energy on everybody. We can't just be deporting black people, and we talking about we're gonna keep the Cubans if we're gonna deport. What's the difference? Shit, they coming illegal. They come from Ireland too. Shit, they ass back too. So a lot of people felt that rage about that. So that's why they didn't care. They already knew what the targeting pattern looked like. Like I said, the Haitians, they're black. They talking about them. That's why they kept on cha cha cha. They didn't care about that. They had watched the system swing its hammer at the Haitians for generations, people. They believed the hammer would never turn their way. They believed the old contract always stand. The Haitians trying to warn them. Warning carried through the storm and scar. But the warning fell flat on ears protected by privilege. You cannot understand fire when you've never been burned. Haitians were masters, survivors, because they lived inside the flame. Others stood outside the smoke and assumed they were safe. Because you don't understand. The Haitians have always gotten humiliated getting deported. Like they've always put cameras in Haitian people's face. Like they've always been like airplanes shitloaded them, the cameras like gawking at them. They've always been big thing. Yeah, we got a couple thousand miles. Oh, we got a couple. So it's always been like this. This is not a new condition. I don't know why everybody acting like this is a new condition. I'll be honest. As Haitians, we're pro to this. This ain't new. This ain't new. I don't know why everybody coming around here like this is new. This let me know that a lot of people are either new arrivals, younger, um, that not familiar with this wet foot, dry foot policies. The truth is simple. Wet foot, dry foot didn't just protect Cubans, it conditioned them. It taught them to believe that they were the chosen category. It taught them their entry was redemption and their exile was impossible. They thought immigration law bent around their identity. They never imagined that the doctrine could be rewritten. So when the political wind shifted and deportation became the national war cry, Cubans didn't fear it. They didn't, people. Y'all saw them. I vote for Donald Trump. Y'all saw them with all the little Donald Trump. They made music. They had their rappers. They didn't fear that shit. That shit never bothered them. They turned their heads like a spectator at a parade, watching the same direction the hammer always fall, which was the Haitians. That's what America did. They turned their head and said, "Oh, we heard this new round of deportation." You could just see them turn their little head and look straight at little Haiti, and then look straight in Fort Lauderdale, look straight over. Like okay, they in common Haitians. Y'all better get y'all little black ass ready. They actually turned their whole heads and their bodies, and they stared at the poor Haitians because basically, whenever this mass deportation anybody's familiar with it, it's the black ones. Haitians are black. We don't lie about blackness. We are black people. We are African descent. We never lie about this shit. So everybody already knew. We're like, oh shit. Oh fuck, they messed with us again. That's how we felt about this shit. Oh shit, they getting ready to mess with our people again on some bullshit. You know. So they've always been waves and waves and waves of it. Okay. I'm like 46, man. I've seen like Uh, I've probably seen like 40 some waves of this bullshit. I'm like, oh god. Every 3 years they got a big wave of this shit, and it get more vicious with time too with them, you know. So that's why they didn't care, you know. So they assumed the Haitians would absorb all the impact as they usually had. They assumed history would repeat in perfect obedience, but history had other plans. The shockwave came like thunder cracking across Miami. Suddenly, the system they trusted started reaching into their neighborhood. Suddenly, names they recognized were being processed. Suddenly, the immunity in, they thought and believed in began dissolving. The beliefs swept through the community like a broken spell. Oh, you could hear the oh shit, they're coming for us. The disbelief wasn't just fear, it was the realization that the rule had changed. The old playbook had closed. An era of selective mercy was over, and the hammer was swinging in new direction. The Haitians watched this with deep, ancient understanding. They had long learned that the system do not stay loyal. Haitian immigrant lived under a shifting sky. What protects today can punish tomorrow. Nothing is permanent in the realm of policy. Cubans were suddenly learning the lessons Haitians mastered decades earlier. Lessons born from boats, interception, family splits, features uprooted. Lesson carved into a diaspora memory, the repeated cycle of rejection. Lessons Haitians carry like ancestral warning. The wind had turned and the truth became undeniable. The immigrant community often believe their category is eternal. They think the protection they receive today will last forever, but protection is political, not personal. It's a contract written in sand, not stone. One gust of political wind can erase it instantaneously. The thunder of this doctrine is simple. No community is untouchable. No group is permanently shielded. The sky has no loyal bride. It marries whomever benefit it in the movement. The same hand that bless can strike. The same door that open can slam. Haitians were never given that illusion. So I don't know why everybody thinks no. Mm-mm. Haitians were never given that illusion. Haitians didn't have the luxury illusion. And the reason the Haitians never had the luxury of illusion because Haitians are black. Okay? Haitians have full black features. Haitians have black skin. They have black hair. Okay? So when you look like that in America, America never give you an illusion. Okay? So I always said that was a superpower. I'm like, shit, we were never given that fucking illusion from the jump. So let's keep this shit 100. That no, we were told on day one, hey, get your black ass away from here. On day one, get your little black tails from around here. Get back where y'all come from. Carry your little African butts back over there on that island, and go make little Africa great. So this was never an illusion over this side. I think the thing that's shocking everybody, they said, dang, they swinging at the others, the protected ones. Because personally, I never, ever thought that they would ever deport a Cuban. I couldn't even. It was so bad I couldn't even see it in my dreamland. That's how bad the shit was. That's because I'm telling you, it was so sad. They would have both load of people, and then they have the Haitians, and everybody knew the Haitians got turned away because the Haitians were black. That was the real motive. And then the Cubans be coming up in this, and they be coasting them in. They be in the water like swimming, like they jumping out the boats, and they swimming in the yeah, welcome. And then they give them money and all this stuff. And I'm like, Haitians will get on there. Haitians get an F off Negro. And don't do this again, Negro. And then we might need to lock you up for 10 years to teach you. Don't do this shit again, Negro. Make an example about your little tail. Now run back and tell others, stop doing this shit. We're not playing with y'all. So when other communities suddenly felt the pressure, the Haitian reaction was not surprise. It was recognition. They had seen this pattern. They had lived this myth, the rhythm. They had danced with this demon for decades. The storm had simply shifted direction. I mean, we've been dancing with them, cha cha cha, dancing with the demon. We've been dancing with these people. We've always, so when they heard it, and everybody heard this like a couple 100,000 Haitians, said, oh yeah, they go, it's the, it's sad. All the immigrant community looked toward the Haitians, 1,200. That's how much y'all low ass. Hmm. Yeah, y'all gonna catch that L over there. But they didn't realize they were coming for them. That's the hubris about the whole thing. You know, when the Cubans realized the wind were no longer blowing in their favor, the panic was real. The system they trusted was suddenly pulling them from one comfort zone. The machinery that once spirited them began moving in their direction. Reality punched through the illusion. Privilege evaporated like steam. The diaspora murmured, "What is happening?" But the Haitians whispered back, "What happening to you has happened to us for decades." The storm did not change. It only its target. The machine did not malfunction. It simply widened its range, and the truth became undeniable. The doctrine stand as a warning to every immigrant community. Never assume the shield is permanent. Never assume the system will always favor you. The categories can shift with one election, one policy memo, one executive order, and the storm can move in second. Memory is your only true protection. See, when the thunder breaks, it reveals the old truth. System shift, wind turn. No group stay untouchable. Haitian knew this before anyone else. Now the world knows it too. This storm has no favoritism, only targets. Change within time. So that was the hubris. What is happening? What do you mean what's happening? They always been doing that. What do you mean they chain shackle kids? They always been doing that. Oh, what do you mean they throwing you in cage? They always been doing that. What do you mean you're being processed? They always did that. Uh, they always did that. They just never did it to your group. Always been done to us. We always got treated like him. We've always been chained and shackled. Hands, feet, hips, thrown in cage. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know America do that because America never did that to your group. Oh, okay, okay. Because you know you ain't black, so like like y'all don't get the black treatment. Like I keep telling Haitian people, I think our superpower is that our blackness. It is a superpower, and people say, "Why is it a black? Why is it a superpower?" I said, it they don't play illusion with you. You get to know the good. You get to know the goodies up front, and that's the truth. You've been struggling with deportation forever. No one ever gave two flying F. Well, I take it back. We had a few allies that did. We did. We had a few people like, that's not right. We're deporting based on skin color. This is some bullshit. You know, a handful of people that made a lot of noise. Remember when they used to have a big ass protest like, stop this. This is racism, man. There's some racist shit here, man. We better use the same energy. some people, some people was kind of split, in my opinion. Some people wanted like, some people still want the Haitians deported. Don't get me wrong, but they wanted other groups deported right along with the Haitians. They were like, let's just use the energy on everybody at the same time. But you had some little nasty one like, well, why can't they stay? Y'all letting the white one stay, y'all can let the black one stay. What's the problem here, people? So this is nothing new. It's just that um they coming for the brown ones. And whatever little color they want to call them, they come for the little brown ones. They coming for the others. And so this is nothing new. I don't know why everybody acting like this is something new. This is like, no, this is not new, people. They perfected those deportation tactics with the Haitians. Ah, bet y'all didn't know that. Who kids you think they stole them cages? Aha! Who do you think they was chain shackle? Aha! It's just like, this is strange. When they do it to the non-black ones, they scream. They scream, man, when they put their hands on them. Ain't it funny? It's good for us because we black people, but it ain't good for y'all, huh? Huh? Y'all going to make this make sense on this planet. Make it make sense, man. If it's good for the black, it's got to be good for you too. I'll never understand that. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Hmm. Would you be sitting right here watching this as usual? And we know for a fact them little 200 or 300 pounds they got here. We already know they going back. They know they going back. Oh, this is generation. I like Samaya. You want to be here for 20 years, boo boo? You been here that damn long. Shit, you don't have like any tedious background with this place. We do. You see, we're black. You see how they do us. We have a real long history with this place. We are the second oldest country in the Western Hemisphere. You actually just came to this hemisphere. So you don't quite understand what Big Brother specializes in. We know what Big Brother specializes in. We got beef on some over there. That's Big Brother over there making it pop. They make it pop. They make it pop. I don't think you know what Big Brother really about. I don't think you can ever know this kid. We've been knowing that cat for about 223 years, and that little cat ain't never changed his stripe. We keep telling people he got a unique one. He practice. See, everybody keep trying to tell us that. Well, like shit. What you mean we don't know nothing about racism? Do you know he's a monster when it comes to? I'm like people. Quit trying to tell us we don't know what that is. I'm like, God damn, take a look at this. Can we afford not to know what that shit is? Got your rabbit mind if you think we don't know what that is. Anyway, please like and subscribe. But it is funny when they come for the others. Oh, I'm like, what? Shit, call you that ain't nothing. Like they call you little garbage, so shit. that little he opened his damn mouth, said we were shit on. Now he finished doing that. He said that we were eating the damn animals here. We eating the people, cats, and dogs. I like, oh shit. I wonder what he gonna say next. He always got some crazy ass shit to say about us. What's next, Trump? I mean, we've been dealing with this for a long time. We have 200 years in proven history. Them old say we eat. They always trying to show us some kind of cannibal, some kind of savageality, man, eating savage animals. Woo! I kid you not. But it is funny. Please like and subscribe. I just can't stop laughing. Like this shit just got funny. I mean, they spread the love. That's all I'm saying. Shit, you gonna do it to everybody. Shit. I mean, you're gonna deport everybody. That's all we always been saying here. You know, now that we see it look like it's across the board, we can gladly take our little fucking package and go home. But they was fucked up the way it was. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Why do I say? Oh shit, they ain't black. That's why them little fucking asses ain't being touched. Oh shit. Think we know what this shit about. But now we're actually pleased. We do understand. And as a matter of fact, they are getting their black asses out. You know, so now they could open the airport in Port-au-Prince. It's kind of funny they screaming, "Take the fuck out!" But they close our airport in Port-au-Prince. I mean, it'll be good if they can have all the airports open and bring them flight. Cause y'all don't realize right now they got them be paying like $1,200 just to go one way. You know, they could bring the tickets on them prices. I'm like, they should have a special. If you going back, man, you can fly for like 3, 4, 500. You know, you going back for real, for real. But them bitches trying to make like, I guess since they know they're going back for real, they charge them like 1,200 just to go one way, 1,500, 1,800 one way. That's a lot of goddamn money, people. You know, but anyway, please like and subscribe. That's why.